say goodbye.
Alright, welcome back to another rendition of Game Chat. I can't believe I'm actually finally back. What? The Panthers with a new deal, Brad Marchand? 6 years?! That is not what I needed to fucking hear this morning. Well, regardless, I am back at it with another rendition of Game Chat. I think this is like episode 5 or 6. I don't even fucking know at this point. All I know is it's actually been months since I've actually beat a game, let alone sat down and talked about it. And that is because I took a very long undertaking in completing Persona 4 Golden. One of the better games I've played this year. We're about at like the halfway mark. Or a little like a month over the halfway mark of the year. It is about July 1st. So anyways, last night I finished Persona 4 Golden. I actually finished it a little while ago. I got one of the bad endings, and I couldn't let that slide. Like, I just couldn't let that slide. So technically I beat it a while ago. But I went back and I did the true gold ending, where you get like the true ultimate ending, plus the Persona Gold ending with Marie and the Hollow Forest. It was all great. I went and got the penultimate full ending. Like, there's no better ending you could get than the one I got. So, I'm ready. Look at my hair. So, I'm ready to finally talk about it. So, Persona 4 Golden is, of course, as you know, in a long line of amazing Persona games. Persona 3 Reload just got its remake. Persona 4 Golden has just got its remake announced. Persona 4 Revival. And, of course, we all know about Persona 5, Persona 5 Royale, Persona 5 Strikers, Dancing All Night, fuck this, that, left, right, and center, Persona Q2, like, what the fuck? What haven't they done with Persona 5 at this point? Anyways, Persona, the way I view Persona is with every iteration of game, it keeps getting better and better and better. Because Persona 3 Reload, while that was a great game, after finishing Persona 4 Golden, I do not think it was better than P4G. You know, Persona 3 had a heavy emphasis on the dungeon, the big-ass 250 floor dungeon that you get through. Persona 4, none of that, bro. You had like 12 floors max of a dungeon, which meant you had to go back a lot and grind at dungeons that you already knew and are used to and have no reason to be there anymore. I mean, yeah, they do have quests around the whole map of people around the city that you're in. They ask you to do shit like, can you get me this? Can you get me that? And the only place to get it is like in a chest or off an enemy in the dungeons. So it's a very weird, different complex, but I actually like it a lot. Now let me get into the story a little bit so we understand what's going on here. You play as a character who shows up out of the blue into this new place for a year, like every Persona character does. They come to this place for a year and they spend a year there, and obviously some fucked up shit unfolds. In Persona 4 Golden's story, I'm just gonna call it Persona 4 now, just for, like, you know, my sake. Persona 4's story revolves around you coming to town and getting involved in this crazy, this like crazy murder mystery that involves a very suspicious rumor that there's a hidden television channel that you can only access on rainy nights when the TV is turned off, or something like that. And then that literally spirals into some of the craziest shit I have ever fucking, like, played. Like, one of the craziest stories I've ever played. And I actually think I need to go back and replay Persona 5. Because I need to know if that story is better than Persona 4 Golden. Because if not, you know, Persona 4 has the best story that Persona ever made. I mean, P3, no, it doesn't compare. The Dark Hour, that's cool and all. Strega, that was cool and all. Ryoji, all that shit, that was all cool, but no, bro, the Persona 4 story was so crazy. You had so many cool players. Dejima, the police force, Adachi, Nanako. Who else was there? Mitsuo. Like, all sorts of random fucking players. Now, there wasn't any Goro Akechis. Actually, literally, there was. Naoto. Literally, the first one. One of the party members, Naoto Shirogane. Literally a detective, just like Akechi. So don't act like Akechi had it out the mud, bro. He got it off of someone else's back. So Persona 4, it takes you on some super long fucking journey. I think it starts in, like, April or March, and you go all the way to February or March. I'm pretty sure it's March. It was March. After the true gold ending, it was March. It can end a lot sooner for you. Like, it can end in the, like, at the beginning of December if you don't play your cards right. But there's a lot to unravel in this story. I'm not gonna get into it because it was one of the better games I've played all year. I don't want to spoil anything. Plus, the remake is literally right around the corner, so we're going to let that slide. We're going to let that happen. Let me just pull up my timeline here, because, like I always do, I have my big Twitter thread, or X thread, where I fucking just, like, you know, post this stuff so that I can... It's like almost like a reminder of, like, yeah, you did that shit, bro. You definitely did that shit. So anyways, here we go. Oh, that's my Elgato. That's my Elgato. I'm playing Death Stranding. That's still on. So let's put my webcam back on here. And turn the Elgato off. Oh, it was playing sound, wasn't it, too? What the fuck? Anyways, here it is. Persona 4 Golden. I finally fucking beat this amazing game called Persona 4 Golden. Sunk in 100 plus hours, 138 to be exact. And even experienced the true gold ending. Took me months to finish this because of work, but I'm giving this game a 9 out of 10, and it's literal inches from being 10 out of 10. Story for the game was amazing. Like I said, the story for the game was amazing. My Discord server, the Midnight Station, is literally a rip of the Midnight Channel from Persona 4 Golden. It was that fucking awesome. And I'm liking that post because, motherfucker, I like that. I don't care if I posted it. I like it. Anyways, it's mere inches from being 10 out of 10. And I didn't want to give it a 10 out of 10 because there are games that I thought were better than Persona 4 that haven't got a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like, I gave The Last of Us a 10 out of 10. I gave Persona 5 a 10 out of 10. I gave Cyberpunk a 10 out of 10. Is that on that level? I don't know. But if there was any game in this thread that was, it's definitely fucking Persona 4 Golden. It was either Persona 4 Golden or Spider-Man 1. That was amazing. 7 out of 10. This was a masterpiece. 9 out of 10 for Astrobot. Like, there was some 9 out of 10. I don't know if that's a 10 out of 10, but it sure fucking, like, it sure fucking felt like it. Now, I do have some gripes. I wish there was more to do. When it comes to Persona 5, there's so much for you to do. Like, you could go to baseball practice, you could do this, you could meet with that person, that person. There's a lot of that in Persona 4, but to a much lesser extent. Like, you could do a couple side jobs, and those might lead you into some fucking, some social links. You can eat at Aya's, the noodle bar. You can, you know, like, there's not fucking that much to do when it comes to that. You could, like, near the end game, all I was doing was pulling shrines, like pulling fortunes at the shrines in order to boost my social links with people I just wanted to get done with, like get to level 10. Once you get your like your stats, like your knowledge, your fucking this, that, your expression, your diligence, once you get all that max, you don't need Aya, you don't need these jobs, you don't need any of this. Like, it all becomes about the social stuff. And I don't know, maybe I just don't remember Persona 5 well enough, but I just remember there being a lot more to do in Persona 5. Like, there was a lot more places to go. Like, in Persona 4, there was like 3 things to do, and that was it. Now, to be fair, you could fish. I didn't fish once. I didn't get the fishing rod, I didn't know how. I didn't do anything about it. You can fish in that game. I did not. I did not fish whatsoever. Like, the Samegawa floodplain, just nothing to fucking do there. Like, there's just no reason that place even fucking exists, aside from cutscenes that it might need, you know what I mean? Like, the cutscene might require that. Like, there's no real significance that happens at the Samegawa floodplain. Okina City, you know, there's stuff you could do at Okina City. Like, you could shop for clothes, you could take in a movie, but it was about it. Like I said, Persona gets better and better with each new iteration. Persona 3, Persona 4 is better than Persona 3, and Persona 5 is probably better than Persona 4. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are textbook clinical with making a product that ends up becoming better than the previous product. And I love that. That's how it should be. That's what we want. We don't want sequels that are dog shit. Anyways, we're gonna see how Persona 6 happens. I'm honestly really like... Whoa, what happened to my focus? I'm honestly really hoping that we go to college. I'm tired of the high school bullshit. No disrespect. Maybe, like, and that's a whole other conversation. Like, am I growing out of this? Like, do I need to stop playing these games? Like, what's the deal here? Like, yeah, these kids are in high school, and sure, maybe you're, like, not up with that. Like, I'm gonna be 29 in a few months, bro. Like, I'm gonna be 20-fucking-9. I'm gonna be croaking soon. I don't have time to keep playing in high school, bro. I don't have the time to keep reliving that. Like, why don't we just go to college? Why can't we try that out? I don't think it's gonna happen. The high school thing is just, we're rinsing and repeating this. It's gonna be like Pokemon. 8 gym leaders, the Elite Four, get all the badges, legendary Pokemon at the end, little bit of after story, the end. Rinse and repeat that. Print the checks. That's what I view from Persona. They're just gonna keep doing the high school route. Crazy godlike being at the end. Wild story. Only you would see in like anime. And then rinse and repeat. Not a bad storyline, but I just kind of wish they would go to fucking college, you know? Like, I feel old. I feel like you all, if you know Persona, you know that there's like social links and romancing of the females, the female companions in your game and shit. And in Persona 5, you have a lot more like adult-orientated options. Like, you have the doctor, you have the dude you have the chess girl who you only see at the church. You have the newspaper article girl, or the journalist, Oya, whatever her name is. Like, the teacher, for Christ's sake. Like, there's a lot more adult-orientated characters in Persona 5. Persona 4, it's all high schoolers, except for the nurse. Like, even the young mother, that's just not even a real social link, to be honest. It is, but you don't get to pursue the young mother. Like, at first you think, oh, it's a young mother. She's cheesed with the, she's playing the stepmom role right now because the hubby shacked up with her and left the mom. But it's like, you would think she's not happy and then, like, you could tap in and she could be unfaithful or whatever. I don't know, like, some crazy story. But no, it's just, oh, turns out I love him. The end. It's like, fuck off. What? I wasted my S-Link with Naoto to do this, you fucking bitch. But whatever. Who gives a shit? It was much more adult-orientated when we got to Persona 5. So I hope we get to Persona 6, we're even more so adult-orientated. Because the people they're getting older. It's like Toy Story. It's like these other things where they have to appease to their older generation that watch. Like, the new generation is probably going to watch, but they're not going to get it like us. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they throw in these bits that we understand. Like, yeah, it's for new kids to watch. Obviously, it's a kids movie. But we're heavily relying on the fact that this shit touched the hearts of all sorts of kids back in the late 90s, early 2000s. You know what I mean? Like, and they're going to come back and watch this. That's what's going to happen with Persona. Like, people are still going to play this game, but, like, the people who brought it to where it's at are getting older, bro. Like, the people who put the money in during that time to get it to where it's at now are going to get older. Persona 5 is fucking, like, 10 years old now. Holy shit. Anyways, regardless, I gave Persona 4 Golden a 9 out of 10. Literal inches from being 10 out of 10. I mean, when have I ever gotten on one of these and talked about a game like this? You know what I mean? Like, this was fucking awesome. And how many times have I said, do you know what I mean? Because I have a coworker who says that all the time, and I think it's, like, actually fucking with me now. Like, I spent 1 week working with her, and she kept saying, you know what I mean? Like, and one time she said it, like, 5 times in a minute, because she said it once, and I'm like, okay, she said it, I'm gonna stop now and count for a minute now. Count until, like, a minute and a half. See how much she says it. I counted to a minute, and fuck, she was at, like, 5, you know what I mean? It's like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Anyways, so that's gonna be it for this little episode of Game Chat. I'm playing, like I said, like I showed you earlier by accident through my Elgato. I am going through Death Stranding. I was actually uploading footage of that, but at the time of this recording, I've since decided to stop doing that because I can't get into it that way if all I'm doing is recording it. Like, you know, I'm not gonna want to put it on unless I'm recording, and then if I'm recording, I gotta talk and do Dboss shit. That sucks, and like, I don't even like doing that. So I would rather just play it on my own time. I'm playing that, so we might see a video of that coming up for Game Chat. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2, I'm close to being done with that. That probably will be the next one, low-key. But we'll see. Anyways, that was it for Game Chat. Persona 4 Golden, definitely check that out. If you're not interested in waiting for Persona 4 Revival, I don't think that's coming out this year, and I think that's gonna end up coming out like August or September 2026, to be honest. That's where I'm looking at. I would be surprised if it's before then. If you're not interested in waiting that long, Persona 4 Golden absolutely holds up to this day. Go ahead and play that if you want to get it out the way. The story's right there for you to play. You don't have to wait for the remake, but if you want to, it's going to be such a good fucking time. I can't wait for that. I'm excited for you guys. I don't know why I got this out of the way now, but will I be ready for Persona 4 Golden again in a year and a half? And I wonder, one last tidbit, I wonder if they're going to bring back the Golden storyline because of Marie. Because I'm going to be honest, one thing I want to talk about is Marie. There's a character that is in this game, and she hangs out with Igor and the blue chick. You know, in Persona 3, it was Elizabeth. In Persona 5, Elizabeth was like the high schooler looking girl. Persona 5, it was the 2 little fairy looking girls who hung out with Igor. And in Persona 4, it's like a grown adult woman named Margaret. Flames! And I did not get to rank 10 with Margaret. I got to rank 1. Because she wanted a fucking Ippon Datara, or whatever the fuck his name is. Anyways, there's a girl in Persona 4 who sits with Igor and Margaret, and her name is Marie. And she doesn't know why she's here, how she got here, what her backstory is. I'm not gonna spoil it, because during the whole fucking, like, story, Marie borderline could have been cut, and it wouldn't matter. Like, you could tell this story without Marie. But then we got to the fucking endgame. And then it became abundantly clear that this character is literally, like, the antithesis of what's going on here. Like, she is one of the most important characters in the game. And you can't write that out. Like, how did you tell this story without her in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, I can see it, but regardless, this game has massive layers. I actually don't think that they should cut that bit out. Keep it Persona 4 Golden Revival. Don't revive the original story. Revive the Golden story. Marie's an awesome character. And all you gotta do is get her social link to 10. That's all you gotta do. You know what I mean? You don't even have to wife her up. You don't even have to be lovers. You could just be friends, right? I hope they bring that back, because, like, they told the whole story and they didn't need it. They didn't really need her. But then right at the end, it's like, oh my god. Anyways, check it out. Definitely play it if you want to. Definitely hold off and wait for the revival if you want to. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait for Persona 6 whenever that happens. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. And, of course, as per usual, please have yourselves a damn good one. And it's so fucking hot in here. That's why I didn't have a shirt on the whole time. Like, fuck. I'm roasting like a pig.